Ooh, hot and spicy. What's up, all my spizzartles? It's your boy, Zemnoxas. Zemnoxas. I don't really know. I usually go by Zemnox, but I guess we're doing Zemnoxas now just for the sake of the channel. Alright, anyways, look, I'm back again with another sweet and spicy and short, nice little Halo Infinite guide. This time we're going over something I myself struggled with on Infinite for quite some time, and that's Team Slayer. I feel like in every other objective mode, it's been pretty easy for me, and I've been playing Halo since the very first one, but I don't know what it is about Team Slayer in this game, but it is hard. I find myself, especially when I first started in ranked, falling behind quite often and not even being able to get close to making a comeback. So that's something we're going to work on, and kind of after going through some matches and breaking down how I've started to win it consistently, I figured I should share some of those tips. So before we get into that though, make sure to check out some of the Game Leap guides and stuff. If you haven't checked out Game Leap, it's something that I'm doing on the side, working with them, just making some content. So there'll be some Halo stuff on there, and there's basically any other competitive game that you could want to get into for guides and whatnot. So pretty cool. Check it out. Maybe I can link it below. I guess just check the description. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, then I'm a lazy sack of shit. But anyways, let's get to it. Team Slayer was so easy in past Halos, or at least I don't remember it being so damn intense in terms of like nail-biting moments and close scores all the way to the finish line. So in most Halo Infinite game modes, we all find ourselves kind of having games where we frag out, or at least are very consistently dropping high kill games. You know, whether that's 20 for you, whether that's 30, 40, 50. But that's almost usually never the case in Slayer. Seeing someone with 20 kills is pretty rare. I would say as long as you're hitting anywhere from 12 and up, that's like a hey, success. As long as you're not dying a lot, just try not to die a lot, right? They might as well call it Team Stay Alive, because that's really the objective, and it's so simple that it's actually kind of annoying. Slayer is less about seeking every duel that you can find, throwing bodies at an objective, or anything like that. It's more about just holding crossfires, strong peaks in general, and winning the duels for power-ups or power weapons. That's really the most important part. If you can kind of acquire those power-ups or power weapons consistently, that's really the only thing that matters in Slayer outside of positioning with your team. You can have one person every now and then kind of roaming the map, as long as the other three are sticking together. But in solo duo queue, that's kind of hard to organize, let's be honest, especially if there's no one with a mic, and even then people don't always listen to what you want to say. Basically, Slayer has an odd tempo to it where you need to slow down and really think out your next move. So kills will come naturally throughout the match, but the biggest focus is just dying less. Like I said, so simple it's annoying. So play your life often. In a disadvantaged state, just dip out. You're getting tagged, no idea where, run, slide, dip, dodge, just get out. So now you're saying, well, yeah, duh, just die less, but it takes a lot more skill than you think to actually die less. So outside of that, I mentioned earlier, grabbing power weapons and power-ups, but I bet you've lost a lot of games, regardless of the mode, where the teams are just grabbing rockets more than you. Streets, a perfect example, especially Streets Oddball or Strongholds. If you're not grabbing rockets, you're usually getting rocketed and rocked score-wise as well. I don't think I need to explain why, I think you should know. But if you don't make it a priority to contest those resources, you're going to lose about 75% of the time, and that's just factual, unless you're just out-fragging them completely, but that's rare. So when you spawn at the start of the match, or even when you're loading in, go ahead, plot out where you're going to go. And especially just in terms of kind of going toward power resources, make sure you secure them. That could be dynamo grenades too. So perfect example is Bazaar. Everyone wants rockets and overshields since they're both nearby right in the middle. However, most people don't think about the dynamo grenades between them. I mean, the higher level players do, but oftentimes in Slayer Bazaar, if my teammates don't call it, I will run straight to dynamo nades since they are a power item in and of themselves to kind of counter push OS, or even wrap around to their double doors and counter push grapple to then get Spanker. So just something you can repeatedly do throughout the match on the map to win most Slayers, and you'll get Bazaar Slayer quite a bit in ranks, so just something to keep in the back of your head. That won't always be the case though. Slayer Aquarius will change you in different ways since everyone wants camo, and there's not like a rocket or anything. There's a heat wave that surprisingly not a lot of people can test, so you can almost always get heat wave for free. So I would just, I usually run heat wave side and then try to go up the stairs to contest camo from there. Aquarius is just kind of one of those maps where you want to hold one person in your base, I would even say, maybe one or two people in top mid, and then kind of have someone roaming the back sides or sides and just constantly getting the dynamo grenades. That's kind of the easiest way to win Aquarius. So, once again though, plan out your start while loading in, and then from there, just focus on getting those power resources, and your games are going to get way easier. So, enough about dying less in power resources though. Lastly, I want to cover the biggest yet simplest tip to win more Slayer games, and it's something I learned all the way back in Halo 3. Shoot anything and everything that moves. You can't secure the kill, maybe? Who cares? Shoot them a few times in the ass, doesn't matter, they'll run away, at least they're tagged a few times. Just putting pressure on someone, if they run into someone like one of your teammates right after or shortly after while their shields are recharging or not back yet, It makes it less of a 50-50 duel for your team, and you're going to make a lot more comebacks and win. Perfect example, we were playing Aquarius the other day. This is actually like a week ago, not the other day. And this is when I kind of realized that I could just play like it was Halo 3. I started shooting everything that moved, and I was like, fuck it. And sure enough, we went from being down 11 kills to up, like, what? I think we caught up immediately, and then we even went up 4 or 5 kills, and then went up 7, and then 9, and then won the game, just because I was shooting everything. And I just stayed in my base in Aquarius. All I did was tag people with BR. And that was it, tag and ping, and then teammates finished them off. So you'll make some pretty insane comebacks by doing that, because a lot of times they'll get flustered, and they'll get flanked by a team member. So that's usually the best outcome, right? So outside of that, just working on team firing with your team or calling out who you're shooting. You'll be amazed how quickly you can melt someone. So while I know the guide itself was pretty broad in scope, I just wanted to give you a few simple things you could kind of actually run with and put in action. So if you have any tips of your own or thoughts about what you'd like to see from me, whether it's a VOD review, which I am doing some currently, or whether it's your gameplay, my gameplay, or another pro, we'll have some more of those on the channel, or just another topic in Halo I haven't covered yet, let me know in the comments below. So I appreciate you stopping by. You can find me kind of here on YouTube, also on Twitch. Haven't been streaming as much. And then you can also find me on the Game Leap website. So if you're a member on Game Leap and you're wanting to grind out and just take it a little bit more serious, you'll find some more in-depth stuff there. I've been working with Coach Mills, Bastmouth, and a few other guys. So we're making some cool content, and we'll be continuing to do so. So other than that, guys, until next time, Spartans, wake me when you need.